this is where we stand. As you can see, that just confirms it. Kunlavit Vitisan and Jonathan Christie are going to be fighting it out for that second spot in the group. Shi Yu Qi had a wonderful game yesterday to get that second win, but he is now comfortably ahead at the front. And Kodai Naraoka with 2 losses, well, there's no chance of him making it to tomorrow, but let's see if he can put in a performance here at the end. Ready to enter the arena now. So this is the matchup on court 2. And it remains to be seen if Shi Yu Qi is going to be slightly fatigued after that incredible 90-minute match against Kunlavit Vitisan yesterday, which saw him win 25-23 in the third, when he was 15-8 down in the third. And I had the pleasure of watching that match. 50-shot rallies to get himself up to 15-all before he made his push at the end and won it 25-23. Unbelievable performance for the world number 1. And here he comes. And he's been quite the story, Bobby, this year, Shi Yu Qi. Here's Naraoka following him.
Yeah, it's been an entertaining year. He was, I'm humble enough to say, he was my pick for the Olympics, and obviously that didn't go well for Shi Yu Qi in the end. What's going to happen today is hard to know, because, like you say, he'll be fatigued after yesterday's match against Kunlavit. 25-23 in the third. That was an epic, and he doesn't need to win this. He is guaranteed to go through. It is possible that he may not win the group, of course, if
he loses this, I mean, he'll drop to second.
Well, if he loses this, and Anders Antonsen, if he loses this to, I think it's to Love, and if Antonsen then, yeah, I mean, it all comes down to that whole games won and points won and all of that stuff. He's through. We know that much. Yeah. Kodai is out. We know that much.
So it's either Jonathan Christie or Kunlavit that have to fight each other.
Yes, and if one of them wins to Love, I think the game's difference could be tied with Shi Yu Qi. If Shi Yu Qi loses to Love, you know, it's all to play for, but he might save some energy.
Once we know the result of this, we're going to get a clearer idea, but there is a mathematical chance that he could drop to second based on that second match, that other match.
Yeah, and then how much effort is it worth to secure top spot?
Exactly.
Because all that really does is avoids the top spot of the other group, which is there that much advantage?
I said, when you're in the top 8
in the world, anyway.
It doesn't really make that much of a difference. And I'm sure that if you're confident enough, that's what you're going to do. 28-year-old Jiangsu actually collapsed representing Jiangsu about a month ago, just over a month ago, at the National Championships in China. He was third singles, had to be stretchered off and taken to hospital.
Well, we saw a few moments ago, I know we're just unfocusing on this match for a second. Well, I'll let you talk about those results. I mean, look at that. What a amount of time on court.
Exactly. It was a win against Jonathan Christie. That went to 3, but then that win against Kunlavit, as I said, 15-8 down. And playing 50-shot rallies just to get up to 15 again. He was almost in a trance-like state. Of course, the home crowd were completely behind him. As for Naraoka, well, he's had a good run this week. Lost pretty clinically to Kunlavit, and Kunlavit knew exactly how to play him. That's the thing, and wore him out to the point that at the end of that match, and it was a straight games win for Kunlavit, that he was very, very tired. And then against Jonathan Christie yesterday, well, that was a little bit more comprehensive. 21-12, 21-11 loss for him. There's the confirmation of that. 42 minutes is all it took. I mean, he's a young guy. He's got a lot of World Tour finals, I'm sure, ahead of him. And he's also that kind of player that could put a spanner in the works. I can't really see him throwing in any way this match, or not putting 100% effort in, because he's that kind of player that will do it.
We saw moments ago on court one, Li Zijia going, well, he was leading and retired against Li Shifeng.
Yeah.
I think he's retired from the tournament.
I think he has, yeah.
Well, he was leading that group.
He was leading that group, but I don't think the injury, and we kind of saw it happening on court one. You couldn't see it on this screen, but it looked like a pretty serious injury. He did try and continue after the doctors had a look at it, but he just couldn't play. I mean, he couldn't, his mobility was shifted, so
CHN now has a chance to go through.
Yeah, exactly.
That's amazing.
It's going to be the same as that men's doubles group with Ren Xiangyu. It's shifted the group standings a little bit, but I think we should wait just a little while to see whether he has completely retired. But if not, if that's just a loss. But it would be interesting if CHN has gone through. Oh yeah, it certainly looks that way based on our current result. I'm just checking the results now.
On my right,
oh, that is heartbreak for Li Zijia. Wonderful boost for TotalEnergies. We're going to get a text message about it now.
Well, he has to qualify first. I mean, Li Shifeng and Antonsen are still above him in the standings in that group.
Right.
But yeah, suddenly there's even more to play for today.
That's right, he's going to be playing Anders Antonsen. We're going to be watching that. It's the 5th match in this evening session. And we'll get to the permutations of that. I can see the complications of that group now. We'll get to those calculations. They're underway. Naraoka, 2-love up. I just wonder if Shi Yu Qi is going to play this at 85%, maybe 80%. Because the last thing he's going to really play an epic full 3-set encounter with Naraoka. Because Naraoka likes to play every single point and every single rally.
Do you know these two first met in 2014? The China Masters. Naraoka was just 14 years old.
10 years ago.
Yes, but a 14-year-old playing the China Masters.
I know.
That's amazing.
Well, it was always going to be a dangerous group with these 4 players in Group B.
Netboard helping out Shi Yu Qi there.
Now, with that retirement from Li Zijia, Kunavut and Jonathan Christie are actually playing on court 1 right now. That's the other side of this coin, or other side of this group. So once again, we get that situation of the group evolving in real time on both courts. So we will keep you updated with what's happening on court 1. But remember, they are fighting for that 2nd spot here. Shi Yu Qi has it ready in the bag.
Well, these are faster rallies than we would have normally anticipated.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And it also looks like Shi Yu Qi is just trying to limit his mobility.
Yeah, I agree. He's relying on his racket skills and wrist strength to try and create something with the shot, but he's not moving yet in a way that suggests he's really physically trying to win the rally with his athleticism.
And I think that's obviously because he's got an eye on the semi-finals tomorrow.
That's clever. I think it's clever. You know, he's through already, saved some energy. It's going to matter tomorrow.
So he's going to try and hit the lines if he can. Get a bit of practice in for tomorrow.
Oh, he's gone long.
Naraoka with a 7-4 lead here. Of course, the last thing Shi Yu Qi's going to want is exactly what we just saw in that easy jump match, an injury of any sort. Even if it's a slight knock or muscle strain. So it really is about conserving not just energy, but the physical form itself.
And also, a player like Naraoka, any of the Japanese men's singles sort of top 10, top 15 actually, that's your worst nightmare in this sort of situation. Yeah. He's just an absolute runner. 50-shot rallies is typical, you know.
Yeah.
The match the other day, Naraoka's Kunlavut we were watching, and it was...
Oh, yeah, it was taken to the...
It was 75 minutes for 2 games. It would have been 2 hours or more if it had gone through.
For sure. That was really a masterclass from Kunlavut, who actually said that he was working on his rallies this time. So 11-4, Naraoka very much ahead. At the first break.
I wonder what Shi Yu Qi and coach are talking about right now. Maybe what they're going to have for dinner.
Yeah, exactly. I was just thinking that. They're probably even commenting on the fact that it's gone very quiet here at the Olympic Sports Centre because...
Well, it's a knowledgeable crowd. Everybody in here knows the score.
Yeah.
They do go quiet when their player or pair are losing.
Is in trouble.
But the Chinese, rightly so, isn't putting in 100% physical effort because he's playing for Sunday's final.
Yeah, exactly. It's
more credit to him for
there
playing
is
it smart.
Very good turnout here in this evening session. There's a massive capacity in the Hangzhou Olympic Sports Centre.
Ooh, just wide.
Service over, 12-5.
The danger for Naraoka here is in this kind of atmosphere, when your opponent's sort of playing it as if it's an exhibition, is for him to match it, for him to start chucking in the trick shots and being a bit complacent too, and then it just becomes a bit messy. That shot, for example, isn't typical.
Oh, yeah, totally. And you could just see that Shi Yu Qi pulled himself back.
Yeah.
It wasn't the full stretch at all.
If he was respecting his opponent and needed to win, he wouldn't have taken a reverse slice from around the head on the back foot and ended up out of position, because your opponent just needs to come in and play net, and then you're in real danger. He did it today because he's not really threatened by Shi Yu Qi today.
Well, just you can tell by the general pace of play that both of them are happy to put on, as you said, a bit of an exhibition for the fans. But the sting in the tail seems to be missing. And of course, if Shi Yu Qi accidentally wins, well, that's even better. But I think he's just going to be testing his range for tomorrow's semi-final. And just as an example, they've both been playing pretty much, yes, Court 1's been playing for 6 minutes, World Tour's been playing for 7 minutes. And of course, Vitisan and Christie are playing for a position and second spot in the group. They're 9-4 now, Christie ahead, as opposed to 14-7 for Naraoka here on court 2. That's because court 1, those rallies are being played to the max.
Shi Yu Qi just served it short, and he's using up a challenge. And he's 14-7 down.
Well, you know, he put in such a performance yesterday.
Well, he's doing it now. He's testing his acting skills here. He's making it look good for the crowd.
Yeah. Yesterday, it was, I mean, he was unrecognizable at 15-8. He just got this glazed look in his eye and then started playing incredible badminton. I told you, 40-50 shot rallies. 15-9, 15-10, 15-11, 15-12. Nothing Kunlavut could do could get past him. That's going to cheer from the crowds.
8-15.
Naraoka also is adding that little bit of dramatic, artistic license. Look at that.
That's a good shot.
That's actually a great shot.
I think the line judge has called that one long. It looked good from here, but must have been just long. No time wasted between points today either.
Well, they can get pulled up for delays.
Let's hit the line.
10-15.
Great shot by Naraoka. Dipped viciously when it crossed the net. So, conversely, looking at it from Naraoka's point of view, of course, he should be winning this match, especially the way it's evolving. And whoever loses that match on court 1, well, there's a risk, of course, that Naraoka might just be able to jump into third spot. Third spot, as I said, gets you about an extra 1,000 ranking points, but believe it or not, with the prize purse here, it's almost double the money if you finish third or finish fourth in the singles department. And while most of these players, especially the top 10 players, well, they don't really think about the money that much. It's really about, as you said earlier, getting ranking points in so they can qualify for the big tournaments and for them rounding off their year. Right, Naraoka.
Service over.
Slowly but surely.
18.
Well, this first game has taken 10 minutes so far, 11 minutes now. They've played 29 points.
Sometimes it's just muscle memory, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, your opponent hits a drop shot, your legs just go because you want to get there. It's just instinct. In this case, he's trying to find lines here. Shi Yu Qi, rather.
Yeah. Who might his semi-final opponent be then, if he finishes first or second?
Now we're opening up a can of worms again, Jeevan.
That's a huge can of worms. Now that Li Xijia possibly is retiring, you're right, we're going to have to talk about that during the Anders Andersen match.
Well, the exhibition is going on.
Yep, crowd are kind of loving it.
Group stages of the World Tour finals.
The way Shi took that. This is probably the most physically exerting point he's had to play so far.
No, absolutely not. It's easy just to walk back and clear. I thought they might have gone
for the length of it. You know, it was probably the longest point they've played.
Yes, absolutely.
There you go, 33 shots. That's to confirm that.
I thought they might have been going for some men's singles record or something for a moment.
150 shot clears from the back. hop, skip, and a jump from Shi Yu Qi. That was a nice net shot. So, 8 game points after 12 minutes for Kodai Naraoka. And if you have just joined us and you haven't watched any of this tournament up to this point, no, this is not because Kodai Naraoka has been playing out of his skin or Shi Yu Qi has in any way been compromised. It's down to the format of the group stage and all the work that's been put in so far in the first 2 days by these two, whether it resulted in a win or a loss, has brought them to this point here. Still a good shot from Shi Yu Qi. Well, he gets the game 21-14. I think it's a shame that this will contribute to their head-to-head, which was 8-4 at the beginning of this match. Now, of course, by the looks of it, if Naraoka keeps winning, it's going to be 8-5. But that stat will be lost in history over the next few years.
緊張感というかは脱力できてる。その辺でうまくね、球をカットスマッシュ、ハーフスマッシュ、使い分け結構いい使うんですよね。あと前半ちょっと話してる。前半5点差が200円。なんかすんでる。相手もね。
Looking ready to get back on court. And it might be an exhibition, but Stephen Ong has reminded him to keep that play area intact and in orderly fashion. Rules are rules, regardless of situation.
Second game.
Well, Kunlevit and Jonathan Christie are playing out an absolute classic on court one. 15-11 right now, Christie's favour. Game one.
I'd like to see them do something special here for us. You know, everyone in the arena can accept that it's a bit of an exhibition here on court two.
When you say special, do you mean like trick shots? You want to see something?
Yeah, you know, that when they started clearing it to each other.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not genuine, but I remember a genuine long rally once. I think going back 10 years, maybe 12. At the World Championships, Janne Jorgensen had played 3 matches to 3 games in the lead-up to this one against the Vietnamese, and it was they were right at the end of the third. It was an absolute sort of mammoth performance from Jorgensen to get that far and still have the physicality to do it. But it was over 100 shots, a couple of minutes long, and you know, you can find it on YouTube, yeah. I'm sure, if anyone's listening.
Well, the rate this match is going, you're looking at about a 30-minute affair between these two, maybe 35, which would probably, as I said, be fine Shi Yu Qi's thinking. I'm sure he wouldn't want a 60-minute match. 70 even.
2-0.
That's It's a good run out for the muscles, I think. And as I said, it's good practice for him for the weekend, trying to hit these lines.
Doesn't look like he's broken a sweat, really, Shi Yu Qi.
No, he hasn't. And he, again, there, he's just not trying to stretch for any of these.
But it's what we come to expect. There's no negativity involved in it.
No, absolutely.
Which is why the crowd aren't sort of on anyone's back here about these things, because he's through the group. That's the important thing. He's got to go again tomorrow in the knockout stage.
You see it happen so many times in a variety
Oh, that is brilliant. That's what we want.
of... Oh, Naraoka's challenging.
Naraoka, similarly, no intention to try and go and get this. But if this is in, it was a lovely little cross net from Shi Yu Qi.
Net shot.
More of that, please.
Oh, it is. Look at that.
Perfect.
There's one of your highlight real shots. An unsuccessful challenge for Kodai. 3-all.
Not sure he's going to be too worried about only having one challenge left at the end of this game.
I don't think so. Shi Yu Qi takes the lead. Meanwhile, Vitisan has closed up on court one at 16-14 there now. That is the other side of this group. Wide.
It's an interesting position to be mentally here for Shi Yu Qi. He's got to be careful not to get ahead. He doesn't want to go to 3.
I was thinking that when he went up to 4-3, what it would be like if he accidentally won the second game. All of a sudden, he's a third game decider.
He can make it look good.
Yeah, like that. Make it look really close.
5-4.
But as I said, to me, I think it's just a good workout for the muscles in this 5-day stretch where you do want to keep at least fit. You certainly don't want the day off. And shots like that, that's beautiful.
That is beautiful, yeah.
Just he might not get the chance to play them in the semi-finals because of the pressure that he's under or the opponent that he's facing. So good just to stretch the arm out. As you said, use that muscle memory. Get that little extra bit of research in terms of court conditions as well.
Well, that's the thing. You can practice things that you wouldn't normally have a chance to as well.
Yeah.
Service over. 6.
You can practice them in training, but practicing them against a top opponent.
But also in an environment which is being watched by, you know, cameras and lights and people.
Yeah.
And big game atmosphere. There's another shot. So he is now beginning to at least show those winners and winning quality. But as you said, he's got to watch himself.
It's going out, I think.
I think he wanted to, yeah. As counterintuitive as it sounds, the last thing he would want is to take this to 3. Well, that's the biggest lead that Shi Yu Qi's had.
The thing is, Shi Yu Qi's hitting these nice shots, but he's not actually trying to win the rally with them. He's just hitting the best shot he possibly can from an outrageous position. But they're so good, so they're struggling to get back. He doesn't want to be working too hard.
It's got to be so harsh being world #1, eh? And having all those skills. He's had such an interesting career, Shi Yu Qi. World #2 for a while. Well, he's 28 years old now, and then stopped. Had that ban as well. Didn't play for a while. Comes back.
Nearly left after the Olympics, didn't he?
Yeah. Comes back. Becomes world #1 again. Oh, becomes world #1.
9-8.
So silver medalist at the World Championships, 3-time gold medalist at the Sudirman Cup, double gold medalist at the Thomas Cup, double at the Asian Games, and also had a wonderful junior career, which I'm sure you know a lot about. You know, the expert on the juniors. Made sure he didn't overstretch himself there. So Naraoka 10-9 up as he gets to the second break. And meanwhile, Jonathan Christie is at game point. That first game on court 1. 11-9.
Interval.
So as they stroll leisurely out back on court.
11-9.
This should be the conclusion of this second game. Naraoka 11-9 up.
Oh, that's what we're looking for. Bit of entertainment. Even Kodai smiles.
It's a different game for him too.
12-9.
Look at that.
Look at that. How did he get that back? It looks so good on the replay.
The next one almost came back through the legs as well.
That's incredible. If you think about the body dynamics needed
Shi
to
Yu Qi
make
almost
that
looked
shot.
disappointed not to have won the rally as well. They had in their last 4 meetings, one of them was straight games, and it lasted 50 minutes. The other 3, 1 hour 25, 1 hour 38, and 1 hour 42.
Wow.
A little bit of a contrast today.
Another clinical winner from Shi Yu Qi. But as all the fans know, and as we know up here, it's not just about winning the match, it's about winning the week, it's about winning the tournament, it's about winning the title. And if you need to do this, to conserve that body energy, conserve that body condition, as we just saw with Easy Jar, it's so easy. In badminton, they make it look so easy, but it's so easy just to over-push yourself, to stretch a tendon, pick up a knock, a bit of a niggle, and that could be the difference in the final. 14-11, Naraoka. That's why it's expected. Meanwhile, Jonathan Christie has gone on to win that first game, 21-15 on court 1.
Yeah, my pre-tournament predictions coming true here in this particular men's singles.
Big Christie fan?
No, I am, yes, but no more so than I am of Philip-san or Shi Yu Qi,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah, it's a great group,
Or
isn't
in
it?
fact, Kodai. No, I thought Shi Yu Qi and Christie would get the advance from the group, and it looks like they will, but Philip-san coming back is not unheard of.
Oh, yeah.
16-11.
Not out of the question. In fact, he started the game with a lead, the second game. We'll keep you updated with that as it happens. Meanwhile, these two. Quickest start. He's 4 points behind. Do that.
16.
I think it speaks volumes about the capability and quality of these players, that they can just bring that game down, the game level, the intensity level down. It's like turning a volume knob down.
Service over.
But then again, they train so hard, they practice so much. footwork for Shi Yu Qi.
18,
Testing that out.
12.
Well, I did say it was going to be about 30 minutes. We're at 27 minutes. Naraoka is 3 points away from victory.
19, 12.
Make that 2.
Oh, lovely.
Service over. 13, 19.
Doesn't get to enjoy those sorts of trick shots, Shi Yu Qi, that often. He's
That's a beauty. That's a wonderful shot.
Kodai Naraoka
that
challenges
looks
for
You look
one
at his
game.
body
it's a
position.
good challenge from Naraoka here, but
We get to see it again. Oh, it's a challenge, so
yeah, we'll
go
need
straight to
Hawkeye
that.
to confirm.
But it was great. His body position when he took that that shot was sideways, so he was hitting across his own body really, but still managed to get into challenge area. In fact, he got it absolutely on the line. So that's a sensational shot.
No challenges remaining.
Oh no, Kodai's out of
14,
challenges.
19, play.
What's he gonna do? Oh, that's match
Service
point right
over.
there.
20.
So 6 match points
point.
at 29 minutes. That was a very good estimation when it comes to the length of this match.
Service over. 15, 20.
Hey,
Oh, there you go.
he's gone wide.
Even Shi Yu Qi was
16,
gesturing to
20.
Kodai going, what are you doing?
So far, it's Shi Yu Qi's had the best trick shot today. If that had stayed in, that was
would
a
have been
contender.
sensational, yeah.
Yeah. One of Peter Gator's favourites.
I think what Shi Yu Qi was gesturing to as he again scores
17,
was,
20.
I'm giving you the whole court here. I mean, what else do you need? So that's 1 match point saved. Look at how high Shi Yu Qi is leaving this shuttle. That's it. 21-14, 21-17 in a nice little break for the fans.
Yeah, one for the crowd.
Yeah,
That.
2 top players having a little bit of a hit around, Sunday hit around, which is ironic because of course the final is on Sunday. So 30 minutes exactly, as predicted, as expected. And he still gets a round of applause, both of them. Kodai with the shuttle. Shi Yu Qi waves to his adoring fans, who will of course get to see him again tomorrow in the semi-finals. Nice little workout for him for half an hour. Now, real question is whether we're going to see that again happening in the men's doubles up next, which is a very similar situation. Coaches just congratulating their players on what was very nice to watch at certain points. There's a battle royal happening on court 1, I can tell you. They don't look fatigued at all as they make their way out. And that is the logged result, 21-14, 21-17 in exactly 30 minutes. Shi Yu Qi may have lost that, but he's still going through. And up next, Astrup and Rasmussen are also through. Lee Jae-hui and Yang Po-swan are eliminated. Men's doubles coming up next. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to our continuing live coverage of the HSBC BWF World Tour Finals for 2024 from Hangzhou. Very important city, it's hosted some very great events. Hosted, of course, the Asian Games in 2022, being the third city in China to host the Games after Beijing in 1990 and Guangzhou in 2010. And also on a political front, G20 Summit was held here as well. A very important city, of course, great staging facilities, and that's why it's, for the second time, the venue for this season finale event in the HSBC BWF World Tour. Up next is the men's doubles. Kim Astrup and Anders Rasmussen have qualified. Lee Jae-hui and Yang Po-swan eliminated by nature of 2 losses, but they have to play out their third group game. It's happening right now.